2025 American Pistachio Growers Conference in Monterey, and I'm here with Joe Palomino of Axiom Ag. I just want to talk about a little bit of the sustainability goals. You guys focus a lot on sustainability. Obviously, that's a big buzzword right now, especially in California. We have to all shift to thinking about that more. What would you say are maybe the top few goals for the industry, for the tree nut industry in general, for the next 5 to 10 years?
Sustainability is the name of the game. We come from the perspective that if we take care of the soil, we can grow anything we want. So figuring out what is in the soil and what are our limiting factors from the soil. It all starts with a sample, and we let the ground speak to us first. To answer your question, the biggest focus where we start, beginning and end of all of our plans, begin with the soil biology. So if we want to maintain sustainability, we need to make sure that these grounds are conducive to life. So we begin with microbial inoculants and make sure we get the good guys in the ground and get them working for us as early in the season as we possibly can. We believe in organic matter and nutrient cycling, but overall it comes to when we start talking about soil fertility and plant nutrition, it becomes about a balancing act of getting the right nutrition in tune with the biology and just having the chemistry and the biology nourish and take care of one another for the sake of nutrient uptake.
And this may tie in a little bit to the first question, but you guys focus a lot on advanced data-driven technologies and AI and things like that. Can you share any recent innovations for the tree nut industry and maybe anything specific that you're seeing for the pistachio industry?
Really, when we're talking about data-driven analytics, we know what these trees need in certain times. So there are some flagship marks that we have to check every single year. When it comes to data, we're really going to start doing the things we know we need and then filling in the blanks when we're able to get a soil sample under our belt. We try to do 3 to 4 tissue samples during the year and really see how the trees are speaking to us, what they need, when they need it, try to get ahead of some demands. And then we basically use the next tissue sample to check our work. Did we accomplish what we set out to do? And how does that re-affect the balance of things we're trying to do? When it comes to the pistachio industry or the nut industry as a whole, I really think that we have to make sure we're treating water as a fertilizer. So not just being efficient with our water, making sure that we're scheduling it properly, keeping an eye on what's in the water, and then at the same time paying attention to where we are geographically, because things on the western part of the state behave a lot differently than they do on the eastern part of the state, up and down the valley. So really just making sure we know what we have access to helps guide us into what may be a limiting factor going on down the road.
And I'm glad that you mentioned water sustainability because with Sigma in the pipe, it's already enacted. Everyone has to focus on that. Like
Right.
you said, it is different in different regions. So maybe if you could speak a little bit more on water and how you guys are addressing that with growers.
I cut my teeth learning how to schedule irrigations and factoring in soil types, factoring in crop coefficient, factoring in weather, and really paying attention to what is in the soil profile at any given time. I think it's really important that people, if they could only spend money on water, and that means I lose a sale, I would endorse them every step of the way, because nothing is going to get into the tree unless we can get it wet. So we come from a perspective of water first. That's the most important thing that we can take care of. And then we can fill in the blanks with some of these things that you may need. And it's just really important to us that the profile stays hydrated and these trees can function with as little stress as possible.
Just to wrap it up, what is some advice that you would give to a grower who was not maybe using a lot of sustainable practices right now, but they're hoping to implement some of those? What advice would you give to them?
I would I believe in a lot of balance in the microbiome. So put some microbes to work for you. If you're not using soil biology, I think it's a very sound investment because it's going to be able to liberate things that are in the soil. At the same time, begin to factor whatever your budget may be on certain parts of fertility. Can you, so to speak, kill two birds with one stone? Can I accomplish getting organic matter in the soil, providing plant nutrition to the soil? Maybe that means I'm growing a cover crop or I'm implementing more composting practices, and I'm going to be getting more of my nitrogen units from implementing these sustainable regenerative practices. It looks good on a nitrogen management report if I'm saying I can cut out parts of my nitrogen applications for the sake of soil health. So if I just pay attention to my soil health and unlock what's in the ground, we're gonna be able to be more sustainable with some of these practices. And at the same time, the tree's gonna go ahead and be happier, and the attention you're paying to the soil is gonna benefit.
Happy soil, happy tree.
Happy soil, happy tree.